Well, let's test what we have just learned in this very long class about the implications between visual thinking and phenomenology with a creative activity that is called the philosophical eye. You should try this activity at home, and it only takes about 20 minutes. But what do you need in order to do such an activity? First of all, you need some markers or pencils or whatever you have because you need to draw. Second of all, you need a piece of paper or a book or something that is something where you can draw on. And last but not least, you need to sit yourself in a quiet, silent, and comfortable place where you can prepare your mind for this activity. But what do you need to do in this activity? What this activity consists of? Let me explain it to you. So first of all, you need to look around the room that you have picked to do this activity. Looking around, you should pick an object, a very ordinary object that is part of this room, and you should pick it. When you pick the object, then you should draw the object from three different perspectives in three different ways. And let me explain to you what this way are. First of all, you should pick an object and draw it from a frontal view. So you just stay in front of the object, stare at the object, and draw it. Second of all, you need to pick a detail of that object that sparks your interest, that for you it's peculiar, it's unique, it's interesting, or very boring, whatever you prefer. So you pick a detail and you draw the detail of the object. The third perspective is more, let's say, abstract, more mental, because what you need to do is to look at the object, look at the detail that you picked of the object, and you need to think of the emotions, the values, the principles, the ideas, the concepts, the feelings, the sensations that that particular object, along with the detail of the object, create in you. So, for instance, you look at a book and you think about knowledge, you think about the beauty of words, you think about now I'm not thinking about anything. You think about, for instance, fatigue, etc., 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 and that's what you should do. Last but not least, you should go back to a drawing, because what you need to do is to look at the words that you have picked. You should pick around like 3, 4, or 5, maximum 5 words, and what you need to do is to create a symbol that either highlights one of the words that you have picked or that assembles all of the words that you have picked. Well, here I am again. As you can see, this is what I've done during my 20 minutes of these exercise. And as you can see, you don't have to be an artist in order to complete this exercise. But let me explain the philosophical eye for you and what I've picked for this exercise. So as you can see, the object that I've picked is a pair of glasses. And I have drawn the glasses from the frontal view. So I sit myself in front of my glasses. I actually picked this pair, of glasses and not my own. I didn't want to take them off. So this is the concrete object that was the starting point of this exercise. So I draw the glasses and then I draw a detail of these glasses. And you can see here that it represents this part of the object. And that was the first step, the first part of the exercise. Second of all, I had, as I told you, to think about feelings, emotions, ideas, principles, thoughts, memories, and so on and so forth that were, for me, connected with this object. That is, I had to remember to think about ideas that the object remind me of. And I wrote actually, clarity, because through the glasses I can see the world with much more clarity. That is, boundaries are more defined, they're more clear. Then I wrote feeling safe, because for me, for instance, since I don't see very well and I need glasses on a daily basis in order to move around, when I wear glasses, I feel safe, because I see things, I recognize things, I know where I'm going, and so I don't bump into a tree, into another person, a car, and so on and so forth. So for me, glasses are connected with a deep feeling of safeness. Last but not least, I chose the word imagination, because the glasses are also a way of experiencing a different world. If I take off my glasses, I look at the world in another way. And so by wearing the glasses, I can stimulate my imagination. I can see things and imagine things in a different way. So for me, these are the three words that the object glasses reminds me. And here we come to the last part of the exercise, which is finding out, drawing a symbol that is connected with the words that we have picked on the second step of the exercise. As you can see, I've drawn a lifesaver in order to symbolize the three words that I have picked during step number 2. And I've picked a lifesaver because I don't know, the word feeling safe just popped out to me. It was the most important. So you can see here that I didn't assemble all of the words, and I didn't create a symbol that was the representation, the assemblage of the three words, but I just picked one word, and I symbolized that word with, of course, the lifesaver, because when you think about feeling safe, a lifesaver is fundamental. But if you think about the word imagination, is also entailed a little bit in this symbol that I have drawn. Okay, so this is the exercise. I hope you find the time and the space to complete this exercise, because it should really stimulate your imagination and your active observation. So good luck with your exercise, and thank you for your attention.